African dream is beautiful. Just look around. This is not black and white. This is colorful. But now is the time for us to walk the talk. The new African in the world. So let me ask a question. Did we give the colonial rulers the marching orders just so we can have school children and security officers to march in circles in the same space? We've been marching for 60 good years, and we are supposed to be marching forward. But the torch is not being bent. The torch is not being borne aloft. We've been sticking to the same old things for the last few decades as we watch Singapore fade away into the distance. All we could sing is, Ghana is poor. All we could sing is, Africa is poor. But it's time for us to blend our rich culture with the changing times. It's time for us to tread it in. Actions without thoughts is empty. And thoughts without our actions is blind. Sometimes we are just sitting on the fence as we watch life pass by. But the time has come for us to align our actions with our thoughts. Citizens, not spectators. For the spectacle is an eyesore. Have your eyes not grown sore? We hold the key to make our nations great and strong. And in humility, as we cherish one another in honest living, we can mind our business and mind the gold in our minds and coast away in real celebration. The African problem requires an African solution. We're supposed to have been awake 60 years ago. We're supposed to be influencing our world. But sleep overtook us on the journey, and our rich culture is not enriching the world. We're supposed to be celebrating diversity, leading into prosperity. But we still live with poverty, even though we have property. Exploitations we are familiar with, galamsey. But exploring the African within, we have been frustrated by. What's your take? The character to manage our own destiny, we need to develop. Mastering our hands and beautifully knitting together the fine pieces of our dreams and crafting it into a tailor-made outfit to express our outlook. The rest of the world looking out for the new African. The African dreams big too, you know. Maybe even bigger. The problem is not with our thinking, but our thoughts get lost in translation on the journey from the mind on its way into daily behavior. Appearances will leave behind impressions, but looks can breed deception. What we got to go through may be painstaking, but what is at stake is ripe for the taking. We got to do better. We got to blaze the trail. The mental slavery is real, and our brains have been wired to serve. Not Mama Africa though, not Mother Ghana though. Our brains have been wired to serve the greed, the envy, the jealousy, the hopelessness, and the selfishness of some, as we lay the blame at the doorsteps of our colonial masters. We feed the Made in Africa agenda to the dogs. We feed the Made in Ghana agenda to the dogs. Our leaders cannot find a furniture manufacturer who can fix the legislative arms infrastructure. They tell us to buy Made in Ghana. They tell us to buy Made in Africa. But the law which Agowu and Kogas needs for quality fittings is in the eyes of our parliamentarians. They go behind our backs and buy from China. China. Nah. The African dream is beautiful. Now is the time for us to live it colorful. It's not black and white. The revolution to complete our evolution is in our volition. Dreams we dare not, I dare you. Homeland. Thank you.